As we get ready to check out Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, we couldn't be more excited to see all the different versions of Spider-Man. If you picked up the Spider-Man game for PS4, you got a sneak peek at some of the awesome suits we'll be seeing in the movie. Peter Parker has worn many suits over the years, and today we'll be ranking them from worst to best. But before we start our Spider-Man themed fashion show, be sure to swing over to the subscribe button and hit that bell to join our notification squad, so you never miss any of our MCU videos. Let's face it, as bad as some of these Spider-Man costumes can be, the only thing worse is not having one. Tony Stark may have affectionately called Peter Parker Underoos during Captain America's Civil War, but we don't think that was a costume suggestion. In the PS4 Spider-Man game, you can make Peter Parker live what must be a recurring nightmare and swing through the streets in his underpants. This suit is beyond frustrating to unlock in the Spider-Man game for PS4, so unless you're a particularly fastidious player, you might be unfamiliar with it. Broadcasting that Spider-Man is affiliated with Empire State University seems like a bad idea. It's slightly better than wearing no clothes at all, which isn't saying much. Peter Parker doesn't have the option of going to Edna mode, so he did the best with what he had when he created his first costume. Peter tried to make a career as a wrestler with this suit based on Ultimate Spider-Man number 3, but neither that career option nor the suit ended up panning out. What's the only thing worse than showing up to work in sweatpants? Showing up in a sweatshirt with the sleeves torn off of it. It looks like Spider-Man is wearing an ankle monitor, and that's just not a good look. During Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter needed to throw together his own suit after being grounded by Tony Stark. It's little more than a glorified pair of sweats, but hey, who's gonna tell Spider-Man he can't wear his pajamas to work? Although we love the nostalgia factor, we have to say these Spider-Man sweats rank just above his wrestling suits as far as costumes go. Spider-Man's Electro suit may not look like much, but it's surprisingly handy. It's not the sleekest or most stylish outfit in his wardrobe, but it does offer protection from massive blasts of electricity. Electro is a bad enemy to have, and the heavy padding of this suit protects Peter from getting shocked. Close your eyes and now imagine a Spider-Man suit, but a dark one. This is the Spider-Man Dark suit, and it's from a rather unpleasant time for our hero. You see, Deadpool was hired to kill Peter Parker, not realizing he was actually the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in his spare time. This led to this rather sinister-looking costume design, but frankly, it's not that impressive. Here we have another dark-colored Spider-Man suit, and this one is also far from impressive. The Secret War suit is from a time when Spider-Man was recruited by Nick Fury for a secret mission. The costume was designed to be stealthy, which came in handy during the secret mission. In fact, it was such a great secret that Spider-Man had his memory wiped, so even he doesn't remember it. We kinda wish we could forget about this lackluster costume too. If you're a comic book fan, you probably know that the Negative Zone is normally a part of the Fantastic Four's jurisdiction. However, Spider-Man did find himself there once upon a time, in an attempt to save some helpless citizens. Entering the Negative Zone caused his normally brightly colored costume to look different. It looks like a photo-negative version of his regular suit, and there really isn't that much more to say about it. Now, we have to admit, the Spider-Man punk suit is a bit of a guilty pleasure for us. Sure, it makes him look absolutely ridiculous, but come on, it's also pretty hilarious to see a punk rock Spider-Man. There's just something awesome and rebellious about seeing Spider-Punk in action. So, try as we might, we just can't hate on this suit too much. Most of the suits you'll see in the PS4 Spider-Man game are based on designs from the comic books, but not this one. The Velocity suit was designed specifically for the game, and it comes with a set of useful powers. It makes Spider-Man run much faster, allowing him to use his momentum as a weapon. We love its functions, and the form isn't that bad either. It's definitely better than wearing hoodies, but Spider-Man does have quite a few cool armored outfits. The Spider-Man 2099 suit is kinda neat, because it's one which wasn't worn by Peter Parker, but instead by Miguel O'Hara. The problem with this suit is it looks like a weird hybrid of Spider-Man's suit and Magneto's outfit. Not a good look. Surely it's nearly indestructible and lets Miguel glide through the sky, but it also renders him unrecognizable as Spider-Man. It's not the worst suit we've ever seen, but it's definitely not our favorite either. And then there is the white version of the Spider-Man 2099 suit. Peter Parker created this suit for Miguel O'Hara when he got trapped in the year 2015. Luckily, Miguel was eventually able to travel back and take his suit with him. One of the many things we love about Tom Holland's portrayal of Peter Parker is that he's a fresh-faced and enthusiastic superhero. This Last Stand Spider suit is one Peter Parker wore in an alternate timeline, and it's essentially a slightly upgraded version of the classic Spider suit. While wearing it, Spider-Man was able to take down some major villains, such as Kraven the Hunter and Dr. Octopus, but the suit itself is pretty underwhelming. Iron Man isn't the only member of the Avengers who can wear some sick armor from time to time. While Peter Parker was employed with Horizon Labs, he created some amazing suits, each with a specific purpose in mind. These may not be the sleek, seamless Spider-Man costumes we're used to seeing, but they're pretty useful. The Spider-Man Mark III has a feature designed to counteract each member of the Sinister Six. The problem with this suit is it looks like a way too bulky version of the standard spider suit. The Spider Armor Mark II looks much sleeker and is different enough from its usual outfit that it doesn't have the same problem as the dark outfit. Also, this suit was designed to complement Peter Parker's Spidey sense, a skill we feel is often underutilized when we see our hero on the big screen. As much as we love the Spider Armor Mark II, we have to say the Spider Armor Mark IV is our favorite of this set. It was created by Peter Parker when he created his own company. This inspired him to upgrade his costume in a major way and to utilize liquid metal nanotech. It may look like a shiny version of a standard suit, but when it comes to powers, this suit is tough to match. Everyone knows what Spider-Man's classic suit looks like, but the PS4 game also provides us with a suit that's less than sparkling clean. The battle-damaged classic suit looks like it's seen more than its fair share of battles and come out worse for wear. Before his suit started to get upgraded, it wasn't uncommon for Spider-Man suits to show some wear and tear. Although we love the classic suit, this one is just a less pristine version of it. Spider-Man is an incredibly iconic comic book character who's been around for a very long time, so we love seeing different versions of him which break the rules and go outside of the box. And this spider suit goes way outside of it. The Spider-Man of Earth 11638 didn't quite get a hang of the whole great power and great responsibility thing until it was too late, and ended up coming back as a vengeful spirit. Sure, it's like a weird Halloween-themed Spider-Man costume, but you have to admit, it's pretty darn cool. We're gonna take a stance on another controversial spider suit and say that we actually like the Big Time Stealth suit. It comes from a storyline called Big Time, hence the name, and as you've probably guessed, it makes being stealthy a whole lot easier. Sure, it's not anything too complex, but it's different enough to be interesting, and it actually has some useful powers to go along with it. Here, we have another suit which was created specifically for the PS4 game. The advanced costume is the default for most of the game, and it's reminiscent of the classic costume, but with a major update in the form of a large, white spider. It also comes with a ton of new and useful functions. This is a great suit, and we can't wait to see it get more screen time. Spider-Man has many classic enemies, from Green Goblin to Mysterio, and among his most villainous adversaries is Dr. Octopus. This Antioch armor not only has a fun name, but it was designed to combat one of Spider-Man's deadliest foes. This suit was also created for the video game, and allows Spider-Man to move faster than even Dr. Octopus's tentacles, which is no easy feat. We love a suit that's fast, functional, and looks fabulous. We saw a glimpse of Tom Holland seemingly wearing this suit while filming Spider-Man Far From Home, and we know it's showing up in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This suit is worn by an alternate universe Spider-Man who lives during the Great Depression in the 30s. This suit is made to blend in and not stand out, but it definitely stands out from the crowd of brightly colored supersuits. While other suits go for high-tech options, the Noir version of Spider-Man actually uses guns and stealth to take down bad guys. There were a lot of things to love about Spider-Man Homecoming, and the relationship between Tony Stark and Peter Parker was definitely one of them. Tony hooked Peter up with an awesome spider suit, capable of all sorts of incredible feats. While it may have taken him some time to learn the ins and outs of the suit, he definitely grew into it, and considering the events of Avengers Infinity War, it would seem too tragic not to have this suit near the top of our list. Just looking at the vintage comic book suit from Spider-Man on PS4 makes us feel waves of nostalgia. Obviously, this costume is meant to look like Spider-Man leapt straight from the pages of an old-school comic book. We love this fun homage to the origins of one of our favorite comic book characters. Tony Stark has managed to do some truly incredible things with substances found on Earth, but this next suit is quite literally out of this world. The Fear Itself suit is made out of the super strong Uru metal, which also makes up Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. Spider-Man's a pretty powerful guy on his own, but this suit imbued him with godlike powers. Unfortunately, it had a limited run, since Odin destroyed it after a single use. Tony Stark is a bit of an overachiever, but this is often a good thing when it comes to creating super suits. He designed this for Peter Parker during Spider-Man Homecoming. It's more durable than a standard suit and features an updated, sophisticated color scheme, and some awesome retractable arms. What can we say about the classic Spider-Man suit? This suit was designed by legendary comic book artist and creator Steve Ditko, all the way back in 1962. Despite decades passing since then, it's what most people think of when the character Spider-Man pops into their minds. It's hard to beat the original, and even though there have been so many great Spider-Man suits over the years, this one is still our favorite. It's been the basis for so many other costumes, and it will always have a very special place in our hearts. Now that you've seen our picks, let us know which of the famous Spider-Man suits are your favorites, and which ones you think should be retired in the comments below. Before you go, make sure to click that subscribe button to get all the latest and greatest MCU videos from CBR. Thanks for watching.